to do that?
Yeah.
Right then. Okay, so we're going to make keema today. The keema is essentially, it's a minced meat curry. So beef mince, heavily fried off so it browns and sort of chars on the outside, so it gets super delicious. So you do that separately, and then when that's all done, we're going to add in all the vegetables and put it into one big area. It's got loads of spices in. So you can see here we've got some whole spices. We've got cardamoms, star anise, mustard seeds, turmeric, fennel seeds, cumin seeds, and quite a lot of garam masala. Now, if you are using shop bought garam masala and you use that much, you may as well just chuck the whole dish into the bin. It will be disgusting because the shop bought garam masala is quite strong. So you only need maybe like half a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon. Because this is homemade garam masala, you actually have to use quite a bit of it just to get that sort of flavour going. If you come over this way, babe. Right, so we've got your base is of onions, garlic, ginger. Okay, so the kids might eat a little bit of that, so we're just going to have a very... You hate courgettes, but the kids absolutely hate. And you've got this curly kale, which the kids absolutely hate. Put it all together though, and then weirdly, they actually quite like the whole thing. We've also got some herbs, and now we've finished with quite a bit of coriander. We might even add a bit more to that, just here we go on. And we'll probably use about half of these mint leaves as well. They added right at the very end, along with some frozen peach, which again, the kids don't like at all. Lots of lime juice. And then it comes together and it is a super, super tasty dish. If you want to go completely over the top, you can then make some homemade samosas with the very same mix, a little bit outside of that, in some samosa pastry, and then you then deep fry that. That's a whole nother level of faff. We're not going to do that. I've not done that in ages because it is a homemade faff, but we have this all the time, and the kids do like this, we all like this, and so it's a nice little dish. Takes a few minutes, a bit of the prep, getting all the ingredients, so I'm going to do some... So it just takes a little bit longer, okay, but it's nice and easy. So, first of all, nice chunky bits of oil. This pan has been on for quite some time. Not going to put the extractor on, but I need to as soon as we finish stop filming because it's going to make a right old racket. And then we're going to pop all of this mince in here. We're just going to leave it to brown off. So lots of people, when they're frying this off, what they do is they wait till it goes slightly grey and think that's it, done. May as well just took it straight in without even frying it off. If you fry it off, you're going to get rid of that moisture. That takes quite a little while, and then it gets brown and charry, and that's where your flavour is. Once you've sort of broken it up a little bit like this, I'm just going to leave it, and then the moisture sort of begins to boil off. And once it's boiled off, we'll come back to it, and you'll see how from it's greying, so from red to grey, we want brown, we want charry, we want all those little golden brown nuggets of deliciousness. Next stage of the keema, so I'll just quickly show you this. So this has been frying for a few minutes. I didn't want you to see all the chopping of vegetables, that bit's already done. But you can hear this popping sound. That's where all the charring is happening with this mince. Meanwhile, while that's just finishing up, I'm going to turn it down just so we can control it a little bit. We're going to add a bit of olive oil. Now, you don't have to use olive oil, we just use lots of olive oil. So I want a nice big glug of it. Okay, so a big glug of olive oil. We're going to put some whole spices in now just to sort of fry them off. So in here we've got star anise, and I've got some cardamom pods here, and I've just sliced through the cardamoms just to release some of the seeds and a bit more of the extra flavour. So we get them on the go. This bit doesn't take very long at all. We're going to use some mustard seeds. These are pretty tasty. Now if you don't have any of this stuff, you don't need to. It's just a whole load of garam masala, a bit of coriander powder, that kind of thing, to add the spice to the whole thing. But these whole spices just take it, make it just taste a bit tastier. Okay, so they just need to be fried off until you start hearing the popping sound of the mustard seeds. They start to pop, and then that's what raises all flavor. Right, that'll do. You can just start hearing, I don't know if you can hear that, just slightly sort of crackling. Then we can pop the onions in there. spoon. I'm going to fry them off for a little bit. Right, onions have been doing that there thing. As you can see, we're using quite a bit. It's a good couple of inches of ginger, and it's about a bulb and a half of garlic. Would you like thinking that's way too much? It's not. It can handle it. It needs that big, vibrant base flavour of garlic and ginger. So, your light's gone off, run out of battery. Back in it. Light's gone off, get it, forget it. Forget the light. It's quite clearly we're not professionals. Once we're doing this bit, obviously you were asking, while this was happening, where's your fennel, where's your cumin? Well, they tend to burn if you stick them in too early. So those big whole spices, your cardamoms, your star anise, and your mustard seeds, they can take that heat. These bad boys can't. So that's why I'm going to put them in now with the onions, garlic and ginger. So they now go in, whole spices. Bosh, that's that done. Fry them off. And then we're going to add in, have you stopped?
No, I can't take photos and film at the same time.
Shall I just get my own phone out? Take a photo. Like that. They're thrown off nicely. Now we get this mince. That goes in. About like a couple of teaspoons of turmeric. That goes in there. But we're talking a few tablespoons of this garam masala that's homemade. I'm going to say this again, if you're using shop bought garam masala, don't be using more than a teaspoon. Taste as you go, because it is quite a bit different, but so you can easily handle that. Add a bit of salt in. Where's the salt? Bit of salt. Like so. Don't be shy, people, with the salt. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add in all our vegetables, and then it's almost done. So we're going to put in our curly kale.
The way.
Sorry, I'm learning. Curly kale, that goes in. We've also got some courgettes in there that I chopped up. We've got peppers. We've got some mushrooms, and we've got some carrots, and we've got some mild chilli, this is all very, very friendly for the family. It's vegetables, it's great for you and all that kind of good stuff, but it's also ridiculously delicious as well. Taste it for seasoning, maybe add a touch more bits and bobs, but other than that, this is almost the end of one of our favourite dishes in the house. The Keema, with Cook With Us too, Sam and Bev. Although we're going to come back to it anyway, so it's not the end. Same, starts with the food, pans up to me. Okay, so that's been cooking for 5 minutes or so. As you can see, it's properly cooked down there. We now need to add the final last little bits. So we need to put in 127 peas, which are frozen, like that. Done. Then we're going to put in a big chunk of coriander, chopped up coriander, and a nice small handful of fresh mint. We're then going to get our lime, but it does need acidity because it's quite a rich dish. If it's non-juicy, we've all had a non-juicy lime. If it's a non-juicy lime, you can pan to me. You can pan to me as well. If you've all had non-juicy lime, then it will need 2 juicy limes. Right, so I'm just going to stir this through now. Back down to the foods. He's going to cook those peas just lovely. There's quite a big batch there. Now, a big thing in our household is we make big batches of food, so we'll have dinner, and then we'll pop it into these little pots, pop them into the freezer, and then boom, you've got gourmet, lovely, delicious food whenever you want it, basically. So we're just going to taste it. She says, wrap up. I'm talking too much.
I'm almost out of battery.
You almost out of battery?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can taste it. You taste it. You taste it. She's tasting it. To me. Don't think, we've not even barely entered your mouth. Is that any good?
Delicious.
What does it need? Does it need garam masala, salt, lime juice?
Garam masala.
It needs garam masala. We're not going to do that now because I need to go and get some more garam masala. But basically a little bit more garam masala.
Delicious.
And then we're away. Lovely little family meal. And as I say, the kids are surprising like this because it's quite rich. It's got all this, all the spices and everything like that. So it's quite a lovely dish. And apparently the batch is running out, so that's the end. Keema, delicious. All the recipes and stuff, it's in our Summer Bev's Home Cooking 2 book. Yeah, enjoy with one of our naans or something.